Hello scholars, it's Science Time with Mr. Alan, and I'm glad to walk you through evolution. It's a continuation from what we've been discussing in our previous classes, and today I'll be talking about primates. So in this lesson we are learning to investigate the life of primates. But for a start, what are primates? Primates belong to the order Primates in the animal kingdom. They are a class of mammals that belong to the order Primates. And how do we get the order from? It is gotten from the 7 kingdom classification of living organisms. It starts from the kingdom. We have the phylum and division. We have the order. We have the family. We have the class. We have the genus, and finally the species. So primates generally are a group of mammals that either possess fur on their body or hair in the case of humans. So other lower mammals possesses fur on their body as an outer covering for insulation and for protection. Then man, on the other hand, possesses hairs all over his body, which is a major striking feature between man and other primates. So primates generally have a general characteristics. What are those characteristics? First, primates are able to stand erect in the case of man and the chimps or the gorillas, while other primates like monkeys, like tarsiers and lemurs that has a very long tail cannot really stand erect because they have a C-curve bone. So they're always moving in this manner because of their C-curve bone. But for gorillas and chimps and coming up to man in the evolutionary trend, we are able to stand erect. We can move our body, we can swing our arms, we can raise our legs, we can perform different gymnastic activities because of our S-curve bones. So another feature that you find in the primate order is the fact that they can grab things. They have well-developed hands, and for some of them they have well-developed claws and fingers, while in the case of man we possess fingers instead of claws. This helps us to grab hold of things or objects in the environment. For those other primates, they can be able to grab hold of tree branches, they can grab hold of stick, of wood, of straw, of stones, and so on and so forth. Primates also have a well-developed brain. We can think highly intelligent, and we are so smart. Apart from highly developed brain and highly intelligent way of thinking, they also possess a not well-developed sensory organ or olfactory organ. This has to do with the organ of smell. But it doesn't mean primates or mammals don't have the ability to smell in their environment. It's just to say they don't have a very high ability to perceive things in their environment, but they are smart in other ways when they find themselves around their habitat or environment. Also, primates over time are well developed for arboreal life and also life on the ground, what we call terrestrial habitat. Most primates, like the lemurs, like the tarsiers, like the monkeys, the chimps, the orangutans, and the gorillas, are well adapted to arboreal life because of their ability to grab hold of the branches of trees where they move from one part to another as a means of shelter, as a means of running away from predators, as a means of seeking for food for themselves and their young ones. While man, on the other hand, is well adapted for life on land, what we call terrestrial habitat. Now, these are major features that differentiate primates from other animals in their environment. Now, looking at the evolutionary trend that exists between these primates, starting from lemurs to tarsiers to monkeys to gorillas to chimpanzees to orangutans and down to man, who is the highly intellectual amongst all of them and the highly organized and most complex organism, we try to look at the origin or the descent. What is the parts they originated from? What is their common descent? Now, they all have a common origin because we are not all the same, as we are all distinctively different based on several characteristics. So, in comparing the evolution of man and these other animals, over time, we've been able to evolve quite a lot of intriguing features, a lot of display of intelligence in the way we think, in the way we invent things and make the environment favorable for us, in the way we invent, sophisticated machines and so many other gadgets or machines that make life easier for us. But these other primates we talked about earlier are not so developed. So in their own habitat or in their world, they are not able to invent things the way man does. So that is the basic evolution that differentiates man and the evolution of other primates. But we all have a common descent. And what's our common descent? We are all members of the kingdom Animalia, of the phylum Vertebrata, of the class Mammalia, of the order Primates, of the family Hominidae, of the genus Homo, and sapien, as the case may be for humans, while other primates have their own genuses and species. So this brings me to the end of this lesson. I hope you had fun learning. So please drop in your queries or questions in the Google Classroom. I'm always on standby to attend to your questions. Have a nice time exploring on evolution and the evolution of primates as we see in my next segment. See you and bye for now.